Take on Zimbabwe here in Rawalpindi. Remember, all the games moved to Pindi, and it's Pakistan, Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka that will be facing each other, and the final is going to be played on the 29th of November of the two finalists here, very much here in Pindi. Well, great to be back on pitch side. We have entered the tri-series. Pakistan takes on Zimbabwe. They're coming at the back of a fantastic series win against Sri Lanka. They won it 3-0, but a different format altogether. We move on to the shortest format that we've got here, the T20 format, and they face Zimbabwe today. So lots to look forward to, because remember, it's that road to the all-important T20 World Cup that we're talking about. I've got with me Amir Sohail, and all the way from Johannesburg, I believe, we've got Pommy Mbangwa. Pommy, welcome, a huge welcome to you here in Pakistan. Looking forward to this series overall?
Yeah, looking forward to it. And nice to see you, Amir. Nice to see you too, Zainab. And hello to everybody. Yeah, looking forward to it because Zimbabwe didn't qualify in the last one, and they've managed to qualify. And I'm talking about the T20 World Cup. They've managed to qualify for the next one that's coming up. So turning up here to, I suppose, firm up combinations and perhaps look at a few who they might have doubts about, and also to get accustomed to, you know, elite competition, if I can put it that way, to ensure that they can simulate what they might do and perhaps even start it now as a blueprint to then turn up in India and Sri Lanka, ready for the battles that will be over there.
Yeah, ready for the battles. We're talking about the battles in Sri Lanka. It's all about that preparation for that World Cup. Now, Pakistan has been doing well. They won against Bangladesh, the home series. Then they also reached the Asia Cup final. How do you look at this as in terms of preparation for that World Cup?
Look, when you talk about Asia Cup, there were quite a few problems for Pakistan. They could actually decipher what sort of a combination is going to win them the games consistently. But after that, they sat down, burned some midnight oil, and now things are falling in place for Pakistan. And when you talk about preparations, these are the preparations Pakistan have to take to that elite combination of T20 World Cup. So whatever the niggles are, or they have problems with, they need to sort out now, especially when it comes to the combination, because you know, they have a very nice headache at the moment, because Salman Mirza has been bowling quite well. Wasim Jr. Came to the fore in the last ODI series against Sri Lanka. Then there are a couple of wrist spinners. So I think it's a good headache, but they need to sort out the balance now.
Blessing Muzramani misses out then due to an injury. I mean, how do you look at the squad overall in terms of preparation for that World Cup?
Yeah, Blessing Muzarabani is a big miss. He'll definitely be there, I'll say, if he recovers from injury. There's 2 months until then. Hopefully he can recover and get back to playing, and then, you know, they'll have him certainly, and see who else they can take.
All right, then we are ready with the toss now. So it's over to Ramiz Raja, who's out there with the two captains, followed by the pitch report with Bazid Khan.
First game of the Tri-Nations in cold conditions here in Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. We've got the two captains here. Rion King is going to oversee the toss. Kamil has the coin, and Sikandar, you're going to call. Right.
Tails.
Tails is the call. It's come down as tails. It's heads. All right, okay, Pakistan have won. What have you decided to do?
We're going to bowl first.
Any particular reason, and your first impression of the track?
I think it's going to be a bit slower, not typical Pindi track, but have been very like heavy dew, and he's been playing a great part, so we just wanted to use that as well.
You want to play at Tri-Nations because your white ball form, your Pakistan cricket teams, both in T20Is and one-days have been very good. So more of the same, I guess, from Pakistan's point of view?
Yeah, we have been playing really well last few series. We have won that, and we just wanted to carry that momentum in this Tri-Nation as well, and play the same brand of cricket we have been playing.
Any team changes?
We have, like, I remember 3 who's not playing: Usman, Tariq, Naseem Shah, and Wasim is not playing.
All right, okay, have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Right, Sikandar, it's not a bad situation for you to be pitted against two sides that play white ball cricket really well.
Yeah, certainly. It's a blessing that came in disguise that we've been asked to come and be part of the Tri-Series. So yeah, we are really looking forward to it, and that gets us with more games for the World Cup preparation. But having said that, we are here to do well in this Tri-Series as well.
I was looking at your team's makeup. Now you've got two very young openers, and then you've got 39-year-olds to go with the two youngsters. What's the plan here? I mean, obviously one eye on the World Cup, but you want to get that combination running.
Yeah, certainly. as much as we've got one eye on the World Cup as well, but I think for me, what is really important is what's ahead of me, and which is today's game. You're right, we are looking at the combinations and the best maker for the team as well for the World Cup, but we mustn't lose sight of what's in front of us, and that is today's game and this tri-series. So yeah, certainly it's quite a nice mixture of, as you say, youth and experience.
Yeah. What do you make of the conditions?
Yeah, certainly been watching a lot of games at Rawalpindi. I think Rawalpindi is not the usual Rawalpindi. I think a lot of Test cricket has been played here, so the wickets are starting to be slower and on the lower side. So I'm not too first. Dew is something we cannot control.
Sure.
Some of the training sessions, there was a lot of dews, but yesterday when we came, there wasn't much of a dew as well. So we're going to hope there's not going to be a lot of dew in the second, but batting first to batting second it's okay for us.
Go well.
Thank you very much.
Right, then Pakistan won the toss and elected to bowl on what appears to be a little abrasive surface here. Now, to the pitch report master, I've got Bazid Khan here with me. Bazid, I mean, this is not your typical Pindi track, right?
Yeah, no, it looks a little tacky, and you look at the surface, and normally there's a slight sheen to it when it's very good for batting, but I suppose the ball should sort of stick in the surface and maybe offer a little bit of spin as well, but it's more to do with the elements. It's very cold, so fielding errors maybe, and also if the dew does set in, then the ball will skid on and it'll become easier to bat and won't get enough purchase for the spinners or the fast bowlers. But I think the new ball with the hard ball with the seam, if you hit it into the surface, it might do just a little bit because of the fact that it's quite abrasive.
Right, I mean, in bilaterals or in international games, Pindi pitch hasn't really yielded a lot of runs compared to PSL, for example. Any particular reason? There's pressure of international cricket maybe, or the surfaces have been a little different?
There's one thing that is lot of cricket being played here. PSL, different weather, and there's a little bit more time to prepare the surface, and it's just about preparing T20 pitches. Right now it's one days, test matches, all them together. That sort of takes the toll on the pitches. But I still think that maybe they could have done with a little more pace in this pitch, because normally you want runs in Rawalpindi.
Right, okay. We know from record that this is a chasing surface, so Pakistan, I think they've done the right thing by winning the toss and electing to bowl first.
All right, then Pakistan winning yet another toss in the last 2 months that we've seen. They've had their luck. Zimbabwe then put into bat. Pommy, how do you look at this lineup?
As you look at the lineup, Bennett, is obviously one you look at because he's done so well in all the formats. Actually, he's only young, 22 years old or so. And then Ryan Burl's been around a long time. Well, I'm very interested in seeing how they actually line up. We've got that as the order, but it might not be in terms of who comes in, when, and so forth. Raza, a key player, whether it's with bat and with ball, then he's got to make all the decisions as well. What's interesting for me as I look through the list, yes, there's Taylor and Evans. Marumani, also a batter, can whack it. Sekiwa in and Munyonga. But Graham Creamer, he hasn't played for ages. He's back to the side. I think it's been about 7 years. Leg spinner, so we'll see what he does later on. Looking forward to seeing Maposa as well. Big strapping lad. And we went to the same school, actually.
Right.
And then Garava, very good with ball in hand. But they've got to put up a score here and show us the blueprint in terms of how they're going to play their T20 cricket from now until that World Cup.
All right, then there you heard it from Pommy. It's all about that preparation for that World Cup. Amir, the big news for Pakistan is that you've got Salman Mirza once again in action. He's been so good in the last 2 months.
Yeah, that is refreshing because he bowled really well against South Africa. He was very efficient with the new ball and impressed many with the older ball as well. So to retain him in the formation, it's very encouraging for the youngster and refreshing for us as well. And usual suspects, the only thing is where Fakhr is going to bat. That is the only question mark for me. Opening partnership is settled. Farhan has been playing well along with Saim Ayub. He's been off the boil in T20s, but he played really well in the ODIs against South Africa and then against Sri Lanka, and that confidence is going to bring her.
And very handy with the ball as well. Off late, we've seen Saim Ayub sort of roll his arm over, and he's done particularly well for Pakistan. We'll take a short breather here on pitch side, and we'll have a closer look at the teams and really build it up for this first T20 international in the Tri-Series. See you guys on the other side. Pakistan winning the toss and they have decided to field first. We're building up towards this first T20 international between Pakistan and Zimbabwe. Amir, we were talking about Fakhar Zaman, coming down the order. We normally see him open the innings, but Abdul Samad is not playing. And then you've also got Hassan Nawaz, who's been just added to that squad. So that spot is still up for grabs in terms of who eventually plays there. How do you look at this?
Look, if you talk about finishers, Pakistan got plenty. Mohammad Nawaz has been hitting boundaries and sixes for Pakistan. Fahim Ashraf has been doing the same. So, to be able to fit him in the mix, it's a big question. And I think for him, the best position is number 3. He's the one who could actually, if the openers fail, he will come and give you the momentum. And if the openers have batted well, he's the one who's going to carry on with that momentum. So number 3 is an ideal position for him to bat for Pakistan in T20s. And I want to add one thing. If somebody's surprised why these kind of pitches, Pakistan think tank is actually anticipating pitches like these during the World Cup. And that's why they are preparing such pitches so the Pakistani bowlers and batters, they get attuned to.
So the Cremer is coming back after 7 years. You mentioned that, Pami. That's a long time away from cricket. I mean, what's been the reason behind this decision? How do you look at this decision, more importantly?
Well, there'd be personal decisions, and I'm not entirely sure why he'd have left in the first place. But coming back, you obviously have to come back and kind of prove that you can play. He's played recently, longer format, and got wickets, and he's been in and around. To be fair to him, he was captain of the side before he left, by the way, and so has captained the team, and his leg spinners have been particularly useful in the shorter formats of the game. So hopefully he still has it, and for him it's like riding a bike, and he'll sort of be back and able to do that. That's what they'll hope can happen. He still hasn't played for the national side since coming back, so it's not a debut, but it's kind of like because of that gap in between.
All right then. One thing that's worked in the favour of Pakistan in the last couple of months has been that number 7 and 8 batting number that we talk about, Fahim Ashraf and Mohammad Nawaz. They really have sort of brought all the experience and started delivering with the bat and finishing games. I mean, that's going to be also key when you look at the T20 World Cup.
Especially it was like very refreshing and impressive for me. Regardless of the situation, they used to come out and bat aggressively. And they were the one who were able to gather important runs for Pakistan day in and day out. And if our top order started to do well, imagine what these players can bring on the table.
Absolutely. Let's see what the Zimbabwe players can bring on the table then, because remember, we're talking about that preparation for that T20 World Cup. How's the team shaping up? What are the preparations like? What is the mood in the camp? Let's find out from their coach, Justin Salmons.
Justin, thanks for talking to us. If I asked what the mission was for this trip, what would you say?
I think obviously first and foremost you always want to win. You're not coming into a game with any other objective except for that. So we want to try and play our best cricket, and hopefully that produces positive results. But at the end of the day, it's also about learning. It's about gaining experience in these conditions. A lot of our players haven't played in conditions like this in terms of the white ball space. So most certainly also taking as much as we can leading into the World Cup out of it.
Okay, so what about combinations? I know Blessings is not here. Are there others that you've kind of had to leave behind, or is this the kind of squad that you will have coming into February?
Yeah, this is pretty much close to the squad we'll have. Obviously, excluding Bless. Bless is a big loss for us on this tour. So yeah, but we're pretty much settled in terms of what we're looking at in that sort of space.
And is there a way, perhaps I should say, what is the way in the modern sort of 2020 cricket that you will look to play in order to put these bigger sides, I'll call them, under pressure in these conditions?
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, we can't be playing it safe. We've got to go out there looking to play our best game and back that, back sort of our blueprint and the way we want to go about it. And ultimately, that's been positive. Obviously, understanding conditions, it's not just reckless positive, it's about being smart. But certainly you want to try and take the game to the opposition.
Okay, and youngsters, surprises perhaps that others might not know about, or is there nothing like that? You don't have anything up your sleeve? Anyone?
No, I think our teams, we're full of youngsters, so but they've also been playing over the last year. But certainly, there's guys like Brian Bennett who have really impressed. I mean, he's only 21, 22 years old. A couple of the seamers are only 21, 22 years old, so they've been really good. Yeah, but I wouldn't say any surprises. They've been around our squad for a while now, so.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping for surprises anyway. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks, Pommy.
All the best.
Thank you. Thanks.
It seems like a very calm sort of character, Pommy. You've got a huge smile on your face as well. Can you tell us a little more about what's that all about?
Yeah, well, it's because I think he's trying to give nothing away. Perhaps that's it. They're pretty cagey, these coaches. They don't want to tell you absolutely everything, I don't think. So in listening to him, I'd kind of be looking at the team and saying, you know what? I actually want everybody to be as free as they can be. Put your best foot forward. It's not yet selected. Yes, you're here, but it doesn't mean you're on the plane to India and to Sri Lanka. Let's see if you can make sure that you punch your ticket. And in terms of combinations and who plays where, yes, they've got an idea of who they're going to have in what positions, but should there be an opportunity to experiment, this is when you want to do it. And hopefully they go according to the positivity.
But for me, one thing was very interesting, listening to the captain and the coach. They were going in different directions. The coach was maintaining that they have a set combination, whereas the captain was saying he's going to experiment a lot in this series to be ready for that elite competition.
All right, we hope that they're completely aligned when it comes to this game and this series as well as the World Cup. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your thoughts. We're only moments away from all the live action. In case you guys have just tuned in, Pakistan has won the toss and they have elected to field first. There's a couple of changes as well, which you will find out. But all the action on the other side, so don't go anywhere. Fresh off their 3-0 series win against Sri Lanka in the ODIs, Pakistan is now set to host Zimbabwe alongside Sri Lanka in a tri-series here in Islamabad. While Pakistan will be looking to carry their winning form into the T20s.
Third clean sweep by Pakistan in ODI series versus Sri Lanka, and they can be very, very happy with their performance here.
Sri Lanka will be hoping to improve on their performances.
Oh! A dream delivery. What a bowler. Bowled him. What a Yorker. Nice and full onto the middle stump.
With Zimbabwe still needing to become accustomed to the playing conditions, this series is all set and ready to go.
Hello and welcome to Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. KFC presents Vigo Tel Mobile Tri-Nation Series 2025. The first game, Pakistan take on Zimbabwe. There are plenty of cricket. 6 matches before the final, all in Rawalpindi. There's only once that you play on consecutive days, otherwise it's a day in between each game. Pakistan, very confident side. They've had a good home season with white ball cricket, and they'll just want to iron out in T20 the way that the team is structured. Babar Azam, he wants a good series to feature in that World Cup around the corner. A big series for Zimbabwe as well. The bigger picture is that Sri Lanka-India World Cup. The pitch looks tacky, not the usual Pindi pitch where the ball comes onto the bat. Might just stick in the surface. Might be a little difficult to bat up front. So that's why when Salman Ali Agha won the toss, he had no hesitation in having a bowl first. It is a cold night, so the elements and the dew. Bit of experience in that middle order. Brendan Taylor, Sikandar Raza, Ryan Burl will have to make sure that they get a decent enough total to defend. Leg spinner in Krima. And Grava will provide left arm seam. With Pakistan, Simon Farhan up the order. Babar number 3 now. It'll be interesting where Fakhr bats. Usman Khan also there. 2 fast bowlers. A Brar in there to provide mystery spin. Now it is time for the national anthems. Right, all in readiness now for the Tri-Series 2 start. And the bigger picture is that you need these games to prepare for the upcoming World Cup. Pakistan will be interesting, as I mentioned before, where Fakhar Zaman does bad. Nawaz is in fabulous form. Fahim Ashraf, all-round performance from him in the recent past. Shaheen Shah Afridi, Salman Mirza, so two left-armers with the new ball. Abrar has been the quality spinner for Pakistan in white ball cricket. Brian Bennett, he scored quite a few runs for Zimbabwe. He's come through the ranks under 19 World Cup in South Africa. But this is the big stage. And this is the start probably to the preparation for that massive tournament. Rashid Riaz partnering Asif Yaqub, and with me, partnering me is Russell Narn. Good evening.
Good evening, Bazit. Good evening, everyone. Another pleasant evening here in Rawalpindi. The lights have taken effect. We are coming into winter, hence come 5:30 in the evening. You have to switch the lights on. Slightly earlier start than usual. It's a 6 p.m. start. That'll help the players with coolness later on, and probably even with slight less dew. Brian Bennett, he's been very good for Zimbabwe right at the top of the order. One of the leading run scorers. In fact, most runs in T20 internationals in 2025. Not even Ashe Marumani. He likes to go hard at the ball. He's the one, the left-hander, who'll try and take the bowlers on early.
Yeah, it'll be interesting how Zimbabwe do start. You know how Shaheen Shah Afridi likes to start, is try and swing the new ball. Try and get the ball back into the right-hander's pads. But yeah, it'd be interesting how the surface plays as well. Not the typical Pindi surface, which is quite flat. The ball skids onto the bat. Just looks quite abrasive. So maybe just a little bit in it for the new ball bowlers. Might just stick in the pitch. Now, that we have to wait and see. Shaheen Shah Afridi, he's got a slip in place. There's a catching shot mid-wicket. We are ready to roll. Brian Bennett to take strike. And the first delivery from Shaheen Shah Afridi. edge and flies away down to third. Footwork doesn't work, so boundary of the very first ball. Yeah, he's not happy with Abrar at deep third.
Well, I think he did well to not say anything or show any reaction, Shaheen Shah Afridi. Now the slip is standing wide. A second slip would mean he's gobbling that one up. Well, with him looking to bring the ball back in, rarely are you going to see that second slip. Still no change other than the fact that the slip has gone even wider.
Just angling away, not a lot of swing back in. There's been a little change with the field setting though, in the personnel. Abrar now goes to short fine. And it's Salman Mirza who's now positioned at that deep third fence. So straight away, Shaheen Shah Afridi, although he didn't show anything, but he made sure that the personnel were changed.
But you do want that effort. It's the first ball of the game. That start, that energy that everyone shows just carries the team through. Something like that really takes the wind out of the sails.
Oh, gets a gap. Didn't middle it completely. Bottom of the bat, but it is enough to get to the fence. Second boundary of the innings.
Well, you look at the scoreboard and you'll feel Zimbabwe racing away with it, but streaky. Amazing that it did run away for 4. Outfield, very quick, value for shots. But if I was Shaheen Shah Afridi, I wouldn't change that length. Ball's not come back in, and hence maybe the mid-wicket onto that offside. Brian Bennett sees it, he's going to go through with it. Hence, maybe another catcher on that offside for now.
All three deliveries have angled away. That was the one he was working to. Nicely played. Got his pads out of the way, toes out of the way.
A lot quicker as well, that last one. First 3 deliveries around 130, 128. But the last one, 138. Bending the back, bowled in a bit with a bit of anger.
Now left-hander on strike. You've seen the ball just seam away from the right-hander. Well, Shaheen Shah Afridi get the ball just to nip back in. Edged, leading edge, and finds the gap. Not convincing, but another couple of runs.
Now that one's slightly shorter than the previous deliveries. The previous deliveries bowled at the right-hander. And held up in the pitch somewhat. That Marumani was through the shot early. A few edges, everything aerial, but all going to space. Just rolled Zimbabwe's way for the moment.
This time down to fine. And just get a couple of runs, but very profitable over for Zimbabwe. 13 without loss. The first over going Zimbabwe's way. Couple of edges, but doesn't matter. 13 runs on the board. Good start for Zimbabwe. It is Salman Mirza. Been a revelation with the new ball. Gets the ball to skid off the surface. Hits the bat very hard. And in his element with the new ball. Got a slip in place. Starts off with maybe pace off. Didn't really bounce a lot.
Not often do you see two left-armers opening the bowling. You expect that ball to come in, and that's the reason Brian Bennett has that front leg out of the way. His body turned slightly towards mid-on so that he can see, judge, and access that ball a lot better from that angle of the left armour.
That's the one that he gets just to seam away. Again, it is Salman Mirza rolling his fingers over the ball. He's got a brilliant economy this year, just 5.96. New ball in the power play. He does get the ball to seam. Get the ball to swing a lot, but hits the deck, gets the ball to seam either way, and becomes difficult. First couple of deliveries have been pace off. In the air, in the gap. This is much better timing. And Bennett, it's a boundary through square cover.
It's timed that nicely. Stays leg side. For a moment I thought he'd given the batter that extra pace, but not so. Bennett reaching out for it. Actually, this was the slowest of the three deliveries bowled. But Zimbabwe, well, they're getting their runs. That's what matters.
Slip removed. Bottom of the bat. He's not really, apart from that previous one where we went through square cover, he's not really middled the ball. He's played it through the offside, but again, bottom of the bat.
We're all expecting swing. That's what you expect from the left armers. Shaheen Shah Afridi, Salman Mirza, but it's just gone on with the angle. Lot less grass we're seeing on this pitch compared to the ones we experienced for the ODIs against Sri Lanka.
Super Asia, Pakistan's leading home appliances brand. Automatic washing machine. Magic of one touch. Shop online on www.superasiastore.com. So far, it's been just pace off. One delivery that was pace on, but other four have been slow ones from Salman Mirza. Time the outside edge down to third. He'll get a single. So after two, Zimbabwe 18 without loss.